Literally everybody had fun with the last Paradox Engine video, especially me. By that I mean me. So we're doing it again with a new commander in mono white. This is Oswald Fiddlebender Paradox Engine. It's a birthing pod for artifacts that lives in the command zone. And it's also, because we're in white, we are a very stacksy deck. So you're going to see the Grand Abolisher. You're going to see the Voice of Victory. The One Ring Paradox Engine combo is how we win. Let's get right to it. Rusko Clockmaker, heck of a villain, excellent villain, always there to make this difficult. Do we play a Mox Amber? Yeah, we'll just get that on the field because our opponent can duress it, but they have a hard time removing it. 2 mana, you got a mana rock? Nope, just gonna sit here. Okay, fire 1. Grand Abolisher, during your turn, opponents can't do stuff. And yep, that eats a counter spell. That's why they're in the deck. So we have a lot of stacksy stuff that keeps the opponent off of our turn, which I think is very fun. Do I get to resolve Ozzy? Probably not. But I don't have anything else good to do with mana. If I get this countered, how bad off am I? I guess I can still try to win with the One Ring. But if this hits the battlefield and they just try to kill it with a removal spell, we get to drop the Voice. And that's mana efficient. We gotta pressure them. Okay, there's a push. See, we got a little ramp out of the action. Siphon Insight. I mean, if they get our Paradox Engine, that would be very bad. We need to stop drawing lands. This is getting a little shady. What do you know, Rusko? Once the clocks start ticking, it gets scary out here. Rusko proper Hell Q. I wouldn't say that this is usually a Hell Q deck. But when you're a Paradox Engine player, well, that's the way it goes. Very tempting to drop a Giver of Runes. You know, we're gonna, it might be a while before we have 6 mana again, but we have the One Ring. The opponent's gonna have to navigate some stuff. They have a window to kill Oswald here, but they have to do it on their turn. Not being able to hold up mana is a challenge. Blink of an eye to bounce it. Okay, we like that. We like that a lot. Now it's just 2 mana to replay, and it'll have Giver of Runes protection if they don't kill the Giver. They're up to 3 on the clock, and they have to play on their turn. Oh, you'll love to see it. Aggro? You want to trade 3 for 3 when you're gaining life? I would. It's a good call. But they have to stay out of our turn. Another land off the top. Nasty. Here's the One Ring. I have protection from everything. What I don't have are a lot of artifacts for Oswald, but all we have to do is draw the right card and we're in it. This deck isn't as artifact heavy as other versions I've seen of Fiddlebender and the versions I've built in the past. Instead, I have a lot more interaction going on. Yeah, no attacks into the One Ring past the turn. You can't do nothing. Oh, I love that. Oh, yeah. That's not an artifact either. What is going on? All right, draw me a card. Feed me. Oh my goodness. Huh? Okay. Hard mode, I guess. We got to get a 1 mana artifact somehow. And I don't want to give up the Mox Amber. We need that mana rock, so we got to get the train going. So we have a Duskrow's Reliquary. It can hit the clock, which is huge. We also have other Staxy type cards, but hating the graveyard and locking permanents out of entering isn't the priority. Let's get the Reliquary to reset the clock, and then next turn, if we still don't have something else to sacrifice. Yeah, they held up mana to try to tick the clock, you can tell. Oh, they're not going to be happy. And then we do have the Vault. Vault can try to get us another artifact. What do we have? 3? 3. That should get us deep enough, right? They can't all be planes. They just can't be. But now you know why I run these artifact lands. Oh yeah, get them with the Mind Spike. I love it. All right, they do get to draw a card. And it does drain us. Yeah, stay out of my turn. You're locked down by the Giver. Okay. Now what? What are you gonna do with that? Okay. Let's do like this. And we'll go black so that we can block the Rusko, because this is protection, not the hexproof stuff that Skrelv does. And now we have a block here. Okay, sure. You got it. What else? Nothing. My favorite. Discard this. Oh my goodness. The flood is so real. Defense grid. Okay. I mean, is that what's important here? So we can go get Paradox Engine. We have an Arcane Signet. I think we draw first. Hovership Karn. Okay. So now if something happens, the thing is the One Ring is the other half of our combo, but we have a Buried Ruin. So I think we just pitch it and go get the engine. Doing a deck tech after this game, so I'll show you some of the inner workings of this monster. All right, now untap. The opponent's seen enough. So from there, can we work it out to somehow get our card back? We can Buried Ruin to get back the One Ring. Then we still have 2 mana. We can use that. One of it can fetch something. I honestly don't know if we win there. This deck is not a sure win with the engine, the way that other decks can be. But I do know that we can get way ahead, and that's pretty important. Also, they have a hard time getting a Paradox Engine off the board. But let's get into the deck. Let's get into Oswald Artificial Stacks here that we've built. It does play a very different game. There is one card I've took out that I was trying without, and I thought about it more last night, and I'm going to re-add it, and that is Ancestral Statue, because if the One Ring gets stopped, Ancestral Statue can bring home the victory. And the card we want to cut, I believe, is the Hovership. Hovership's okay. It's not my favorite card, but it's a good little removal tutor thing, but man, I've never actually fetched it yet, so it's probably not the best. And other 3 mana cards you can get, like the Silexes. Actually, I've never gotten the Silex either. I'm gonna cut the Silex. Seems a bit ambitious. Anyway, let's get into it. Chrome Mox, Mox Amber. Yep. Mana Rocks with a cheap commander. Amazing. But we have so many ways to kind of keep the opponent off balance that you've probably seen before. Curse of Silence. Duskro's Reliquary. If you get it by sacrificing an artifact token or an artifact land, then you don't have to pay that additional cost to cast it, and it's just a removal item. Esper Sentinel, of course. Fragment Reality is a great cheap alchemy removal spell. And Giver of Runes, you're going to see a protection angle here. Land tax. We got Lay Down Arms is a great removal in mono white. Mana Tithe, Orm's Chant and Silence. The Time Walks in white, also very helpful for doing your combo. Path to Exile, Patriarch's Humiliation, make them lose abilities. Portable Hole, another cheap artifact you can get out. Cards like Selfless Savior and Skrelv join Giver of Runes in protecting Ozzy. And then we have the Silence mentioned, Swords to Plowshares, Grafdigger's Cage. This keeps you specifically from fetching creatures out of your library with Oswald, so keep that in mind. You may have to sacrifice it before you get an Ancestral Statue line, but it is a very good card against some decks, and when you play this against a Plarg, for example, you're in a beautiful spot. Then we have a lot of these, like stacks pieces, as they're called in competitive Commander, where we want to go get these items that keep the opponent from playing the game they want to play, because that's what white is good at. White is not good at control. A bunch of board wipes won't help us in this deck because we need to actually wear them out on their removal, discard, and assemble our combo. And then we have Hope of Gearper that can keep them out of our turn. The haste enablers like Swiftfoot Boots and Lava Spur Boots here are good. Relic of Progenitus is Graveyard Hate. Vexing Bauble is Free Spell Hate, which is very good against Cascade decks. Glass Casket is often fetched to remove an opponent's commander. Heliod's Punishment and Reprobation take their commander out of the equation. Voice of Victory and Grand Abolisher, you saw them against blue, amazing. Egg of the Soul Cauldron, more Graveyard Hate, but also can distribute Oswald's activated ability to something else if they kill Oswald and you're willing to gamble and put Oswald under the cauldron. Sometimes one activation of Oswald is all you need on the right board to win the game. And then we have Mana Rocks. Defense Grid keeps them out of our turn. The Marvin is a good addition because it copies Oswald's abilities. So you play Marvin first, you play Oswald second. In a pinch, Marvin can even sacrifice themselves. Then we've got Torpor Orb. Sometimes you got to shut down those ETBs. Reminder, this also turns off your Ancestral Statue. And Winter Orb is great against those, Winter Moon rather, is great against those 3 and 4 color decks who love their non-basic lands. Savine's Reclamation can get back Oswald or artifacts, sometimes 2 of them. The Hover Ship is removal. The Silex keeps them from paying life, which shuts down fetch lands. This gets people sometimes, and I love it. I'm here for it. Vial of Gladriel, Relic of Legends, and Staff of Completion are the best 3 mana rocks in the 3 mana spot, along with Worn Power Stone. And then we got the fun, the combo win, which is Reservoir. The combo win, which is Ancestral Statue. Once your Paradox Engine setup can generate 4+ mana, this can bounce itself to just play 100 spells, and then at the very end, sacrifice something to go get the Reservoir, win the game. One Ring is the combo piece with Engine you use the most often because it doesn't require a lot of other setup like generating 4 mana like the statue does. Karn the Great Creator can get back an exiled Paradox Engine or One Ring. It's also a hate piece to stop the opponent's artifacts. It does the job in this deck. Key to the Archive. Lodestone Golem is actually a really fun stacks piece that keeps the opponent from the cost of their spells. Tutoring this up also has a body to attack a Planeswalker, can be very effective. Non-artifact spells cost 1 more to cast. We'd love that. The Obelisk is a really good way to get a high power artifact later in the game. So we run the Rune Carved Obelisk and we run the Aether Spark. I have tutored this up a few times when I'm in more of a beatdown mode, and it can pop off. Getting that 10 mana of any one color can win the game. And then we got Solitude, which, you know, just free removal, very helpful. Gilded Lotus, Paradox Engine, Ugin's Nexus. You can stop your opponent from taking extra turns, big in some matchups. You can sacrifice it to get an extra turn and turn it into a 6 mana card. Awesome. Then we stop at 6, but we have 4 6s that are very good. Radiant Lotus can just produce a ton of mana. Immortal Sun can shut down Planeswalkers forever, which is sometimes commanders. Godpharaoh's Statue can often lock the game when the opponent's trying to play a Storm list. And Chimnil, the Inner Sun, keeps our spells from being countered and grinds out the game. And it's a good one to go fetch when the opponent thinks they've got you covered. So in the mana base, trying to run a lot of basics to go with our Winter Moon. What's worth it? Urza's Cave, because it can go get Cavern of Souls, or it can go get Inventor's Fair, which can get Paradox Engine if they're killing Oswald effectively. The artifact lands like Treasure Vault, Darksteel Citadel, and Blinkmoth Nexus, as you saw, can turn into an artifact land. This can sometimes start your curve because we're not as many artifacts as the typical Oswald deck, and sometimes you don't want to sacrifice the artifacts you have. Monumental Henge is like Azcanta for artifacts. We have so many historic cards, and this often enters untapped, so it's a very good land. Buried Ruin can get back your One Ring, something that you sacrificed that you did not want to sacrifice, and the Vault can dig for what you need, as we saw in the last game. So that's the deck. Hope you enjoyed the mid-roll deck tech. Took almost as long as one of the games, and let's get back to comboing people right in the kisser, right in the face. Do they still say right in the kisser these days? I don't know. Go to CoolStuffInc.com. CovertGoBlue HQ. CoolStuffInc.com/CGB for the worst possible merch drop for fans of the Commander Show or just fans of my channel. It's our first ever merch drop with them. It's available for a limited time. Playmats, t-shirts, hoodies, hats. Check out the link in the description. Enjoy. We're up against elves. Eladamri, one of the ultimate elf balls. We do have the laydown arms, but the rest of this hand is not what you want in the hand. These aren't the things you want to see. You want to fetch them. Well, the engine is here. There's no mana rocks. I'm keeping it. I don't even like the cavern here, but we're keeping it. We're doing the thing. We're gonna need to draw land. Yep, right into a halfling. Okay, we draw land. What do we do? I think we go with Ozzy. It leaves us the most options next turn. This is a race. We need a good mana rock. This is legendary? Yeah. So getting a Relic of Legends, I think, is going to be clutch. Another plains. All right, we're ripping lands like we need to. Gonna play the Soul Cauldron. Is there anything like, I mean, they're just gonna get out a ton of awesome creatures. We could get like the Silex or something. We could also get, if we had got the cage, that would have hit him too. But I'm just gonna get the Relic. Relic oftentimes with Paradox by itself can do what needs to be done, but we do need to draw, like, we need a cheaper card or two to get the engine to go. They're sprawling. Sprawling and balling. And that can make so much mana. Dude, they're gonna elf ball out of their minds. What do they got? What do they got? Kogla, no! It's over. It's over. It's so over. There's no chance. No chance. Okay, that would have been nice. Artificer, I guess. This is 4 mana. Engine doesn't do anything on its own. We need this and this out. They're gonna blow up the Relic is the problem. And we still have 4 there. And then we can play that. Okay, so you hope. We hope. But without the Relic, I don't think I can do much. I can drop the One Ring, I guess. Yeah, it was too slow, man. It was too slow. Unbelievable. But that's why, like, Crow, Mox, Amber are so crucial. Actually, if we draw one of those here, we're kind of there. We are there. Radiant Lotus can also generate a lot of mana if we had more artifacts. So, like, an artifact land would go a long ways. But let's see how far they pop off. They've got the Beast Whisperer now. They've got card draw. They're cheating something out. What is it? Is it a Crater Hoof? Yeah, kinda. The Forerunners, 7, 13, plus 3. I'm not dead. Okay. Please don't target the Relic. Please don't target the Relic. Don't target the Relic. You mother... I mean, it's the right play. What can you do? All right. There are draws. That's not the draw. Oh, another 6. What were the odds? All right, so we have to play the One Ring. And then we can't even draw with it? So bad. This can sacrifice itself to get what? We need another mana rock, but they're just gonna kill it. We need Skyclave Relic in here now that I think about it. That would change everything. They're just gonna kill it with a Kogla, so it's not like it actually helps. All right, I mean, I have to try. It just, oh God, it's so sad that I don't even get to draw. I love drawing cards. Just let me draw cards before I die. So what would it take? I need to get to 6 mana next turn. How would I even do that? If I draw a Chromox, that's not good enough. I can turn this into a Gilded Lotus. Okay. Then I have to play Paradox Engine. Then I still need a cheap card. Oh my God! What? Why? Now you're a land destroyer? Banned card, banned card. Like Paradox Engine. Why is nobody complaining about Sundering Titan? This God-Pharaoh statue was probably the worst draw in the deck. At least Shamil would have been a reroll. Let me guess, tutor up Questing Beast, win the game anyway? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Believe it or not, I could still win, damn it. Radiant Lotus can do some crazy things. Oh my gosh, let it end. Have you done enough? Nope, they still got 5 mana over there. Oh my lord. Green decks, am I right? Ah. Uh-huh. Suck it. Pathetic. Weak. Oh wait, that was tap for mana now too. And you have another land. Oh god, we're still going. Jesus, green decks. When did green become so good at Storm, am I right? They get Fauna Shaman that has haste. I hate my life. I hate my life so much. It's closer than it looked, guys. Don't make fun of me. Don't make fun of me. It's way closer than it looked. We just had to not draw the absolute worst cards possible, and we actually did all right. We had a 2-lander. We got up to 4 lands. We had Paradox Engine. We just had to draw like a 1 or 2 mana card instead of a 6 mana card and another 6 mana card. We're supposed to be cheating those out, not drawing them. Freaking green decks. Wonder if I had an artifact land, would I have fetched Grafdigger's Cage? I don't know. Maybe. Freaking green decks. Okay. Also, they had to have like interaction, aka Kogla. Oh, Torpor Orb is an idea of something to get against a green deck, right? I mean, this is a much better hand than anything we've had. I have to remember in this deck, I can also mulligan Paradox Engine away. It's often better to cheat it out than have it in your hand. I'm so used to keeping it because of Emery, you know? I think we ramp. More mana. There's still a turn away from Myth Weaving. Now this is creatures entering, not permanents entering, so it doesn't shut off landfall. But we can silence them next turn, which is big. And keep them from Myth Weaving. Is that the play? Yeah, I think we just get out Ozzy. So it's not Summoning Sick, and the Bauble. No freebies. And silence you. Thanks for the time walk. What are they gonna do? Play an instant? I think I'm gonna get the Silex. See if I shut down another fetch land. If they played one now, they probably have another, right? Is Silex the card? I think it is. I think it is. I think it is. Orb? Might miss it if they play a Kogla again. But most people don't know how the Karn Silex works. And that's why it's great. Play a fetch land. Dang it. Now what? Yeah! Okay. Please stop casting spells. It's annoying. Okay. Ooh. I mean, it gets attacked, but it does turn off the Great Henge. It doesn't turn off the card draw ability. Are we doing a hover ship? The other option is to get the One Ring and start drawing cards, or to get Key to the Archive. I think we make them play Mythweaver again. Oopsie. I always forget that. I mean, does this matter?
I stopped one Phyrexian invasion. I can stop another.
What do we want to block with? The Bobble.
I will guide Dominar in his fate.
All right, got to recover from that. That was stupid. Okay. Well, what do we get next turn? Getting the One Ring doesn't give us protection, but Key to the Archive might make something good happen, but we don't have mana of any color access. I mean, they're doing the lands thing. Also, if they play too much of the board, we do just have the ability to sack this Silex, but right now they have the Great Henge, so everything they play draws a card, so they're not missing anything. Yeah, and that's... Okay, they still have a landfall trigger. That's nice. Good for them. Love that. Okay, maybe we do have to blow up all of this. Big card, big card. Radiant Lotus. What does that do? Gilded Lotus. Is there a path to a Paradox Engine? I would need to be able to untap and play Oswald a few times. How about Karn Silex for 4? It blows up so much. We lose Karn the Great Creator. We lose the hover ship. But they don't get anything. Destroy each thing X or less, and we lose this. So we should get the One Ring, right? Because it's indestructible. And then we need 4 mana at the end of all of this. So I think we play this Lotus. No, then that's 3 mana at the end, right? What if we play this Lotus and sack our artifacts and then do it for 4? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pretty good. Of course, we're sacking one thing for the One Ring, so we're mana short. So this taps for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I don't know. I'm just going for it. I'm doing the thing. 1, 2. And then what do I get for 1 mana that's useful? I guess I play this and I don't get anything.
Treachery befalls us.
Okay. We got some big mana here. They got a million lands. Let's see what they do with them. I hate everything. I hate green decks so hard. Yeah, I'm not sitting through another one. I'm not doing it. Middle finger to the world, man. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Green landfall decks, you can shove it. I hate you so much. All right. Sorry, 2 in a row is a lot. I think most of you would say when you play a matchup you don't enjoy twice in a row, that's probably a tiltable situation. All right. It's basically the same deck. It's another green ramp deck. Oh. Well, that's an interesting card. Does it work the way I think it does? I think it does. Yep. Here we go again. What if I just make mana? What if all I do is make mana? And then just win the game, huh? Isn't that cool? So cool. I definitely haven't made great Aussie choices. I screwed up the last game pretty bad with the hover ship, and I think the Silex was a mistake too, but it's something I've wanted to try for a while. Wow, turn 2 Fable, that's pretty great. Good job. What a card. So I have to do this. This is what going second is against green. Hopefully we get the cage down before they drop the dinosaur. The way this is going, I don't know. And keep their hand. That's a bad sign. More ramp to more ramp into ramp. Unbelievable. Now, even if we stop them from casting spells on us, we still have to win before the infect comes to kill us. Let's load up with these. Got the statue. Statue would be good. Unfortunately, we're only like 15 mana behind our opponent. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. I don't think it works because they exile it, right? So that it gets around cage. So what we needed was Torpor Orb, I guess. Yikes. All right. Enough, man. Enough. Deck is not convincing, but let's go first and maybe not play against the fastest, bestest green ramps. Also, I should just be trying to go fast. I think I got shook in that first green matchup. I think I got really shook because they had the Kogla, right? So they punished me. Do I save in this matchup? Do I save silence? Making them skip turn 1 seems really aggressive, but they are Tameo. This is the most busted deck in the format, in my opinion. So, taking them off their Tameo doesn't sound like a bad idea. And let's go Ozzy. Maybe it should have been Marvin, but then they can just counter Oswald next turn. All right, they have a basic, so Winter Moon ain't looking hot. Yeah, they know they have to get that out there. It's usually their whole deck. Oh, they're gonna transform it on turn 2. That's great. That's cool. All right. Can we get to the Immortal Sun? before they do something about it. At least they're not going to counter our first artifact coming down. And they didn't get to investigate, so they're just going for draw half my deck. Horn Power Stone. Could run that out, could punch this for 1. Not the worst. What else could we do? The 1 mana value card. We could go get Duskrow's Reliquary. No, we can't. 3 mana card. Tempting to get another creature down too. Play Winter Moon, sacrifice it, turn it into a Relic of Legends. Doesn't do anything. I was thinking about getting Worn Power Stone anyway, so let's take this opportunity that we have to check the Tameo a little. Might come back to help us. Probably not, since it's a -7, but we try. Another basic. And now they pass and do absolutely nothing, right? Okay. That might be a reason to get Grafdigger's Cage, although I don't have that many cards on the field. It's another fetch land. They sure are doing it. Swords for Plowshares, 1 mana open. I mean, I think we go for big mana. No Spell Pierce. We're a long way from a Cyclonic Rift. Marvin down is insurance if they do something to Ozzy. And Ozzy, now that we've attacked the Tameo twice, they do have a problem. Because now they are a turn shorter in the ultimate. So let's see what they can do with 5 mana. Essence Flux? Huh? Is it a secret Uro deck? What is going on?
Think before you act.
They draw some cards. Cool. That's great. I love that for you. They passed the turn. They discard the hand size, maybe? I mean, I think I get the Immortal Sun now. I think that's the play. Oh! Oh, no. Okay. So we can Gilded Lotus into Shimili Inner Sun so it can't be countered. They only have 1 mana available. I'm not even sure I'm supposed to be afraid of a counter spell. I think I just go for it. What are they gonna do? Spell Pierce it? That isn't gonna work. Sometimes drawing the card works. Okay. We could turn the Power Stone into the statue and go for the win. Let's go for it. They have something. If it were a Stifle, I think we'd have seen it. Chain up. It might still be a Spell Pierce. And they have something. Can they find a way to use it as disruptive enough to stop us? That's the question. Are they just leaving? Come on. Maybe they're roping out to let me do the combo. Honestly, I appreciate that. They did show me a fog. It's a very weird deck that they haven't countered anything. They haven't even shown a counter spell. Maybe they don't play them. That would be something. Anyway, we get staff. Draw. Moon. Trigger. Let's go pay one. Let's go draw and then turn this into something else. Wait, I can't. I need to pay one life. Now this can be relic. And then we have 5 total, so we can pod you into the file. QQ. Statue. Trigger. Target self. QQ. Can go ahead and draw. Radiant Lotus. QQ. Can draw again. And we can do turn you into Reservoir because we have enough mana. And then we can kind of do whatever we want because we have Statue. We can also draw our deck with Staff, but we can also just run this until we have enough life to finish the job. All right, we beat the big bad Tamio. I have no idea if the silence on turn 1 was right, but it did lead to Oswald getting on the field and then our first tutors going unchecked. Be a weird thing to stifle. All right. Game. We're back. We're so back. But can I beat a green deck? I think, man, our matchup with green shouldn't be that bad. I just need to be more aggressive and make sure I have mana rocks. The best 2 cards in our deck are Mox Amber and Chrome Mox, as far as like in the opening hand good. We haven't had them yet. So it would be nice to see that. Narset Enlightened Master, infinite turns. Does have Worn Power Stone. It does have some good anti-blue tech. You just have to draw land. They're already playing on full control. Come and get it. That's a quick brainstorm. Why not? Let's lock him down. And now lock him out. Very mean. Extra mean behavior. I love it. Power Stone now. Do need Ozzy. But we have boots. So it's possible we could hasty Ozzy. And then you want to Ozzy Nexus into the statue, and that should completely lock them down. Oh, they're just gonna concede. Okay. Well, that is what we do to blue decks. You can see I definitely took torturing blue decks into account when I built this, whereas against green, it would be better to have more mana rocks, especially 3 mana rocks that you can turn right into 4 mana rocks that you can turn into paradox engines. That was the previous version. Like my first build of this deck was just all rocks and Ozzy. Because you can do that curve of Oswald into turn 3. Think of like a Relic of Legends, but then sack the Relic to go get a 4-mana rock. And the next turn you can tap that for mana, then sack that, go get a Paradox. But it wasn't that good. All right, we have a portable hole. Actually, this hand is amazing. This hand is so mean to Tameo. And we'll see if this Tameo is a little more into countering spells than the last one. Yeah, this is deep hell Q to go against Inquisitive Student this much. Woo! Right into the engine, huh? So when they exile this port, when they return Tameo to the command zone, Oswald has kind of a free tutor in the future off the hole. That is not a thing I should just go around saying. But there you go. Ow! That hurt. So if they play Tameo next turn, we love that, right? Yeah, let's get out the Soul Cauldron. You want to counter that? Best card in the game. Okay, that's a tilt. That's a big tilt. God, was I supposed to just do nothing there because mana drain's that good? I don't know.
Nothing like warm tea and a fascinating story.
You gotta be kidding me. Next turn, I guess. Hopefully they don't just flip it. God, do I save the chant? So if we've tied there, they just crack Flooded Strand. Their timing was perfect. But at least now they don't have a counter for Ozzy. Well, what am I talking about? They probably have like 50 counters. But I think they're just gonna play draw go. Okay. Fine. Weird to give me a bird and then do that, but okay. Three mana to counter, huh? I feel like I have to land this. What are you gonna do? Okay, nothing. Coward! Yeah, I can still attack. So I guess they have something because they were trying to use it there. This is just mono blue all counters Tameo. Easily one of the best decks that they could have. And they're hitting their land drops, no problem. Unlike us. Oh, and their best card, Mana Drain. Man, anything but Mana Drain, dude. We were so good. Oh, geez, you're gonna get it back. That's a great idea. Okay, they didn't attack, so they lose Curious Obsession. Did they take that into account or not? 5 mana open. Karn the Great Creator. Nothing exiled. No real use for this. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna do this before they have Mana Drain. I love how much they had to think about that. mean, they showed us a Curious Obsession. I don't know if they can get it back or play another Curiosity. I don't see a lot of a point in attacking them. That's really good. And now they have that backed up by Mana Drain. I'm pretty sure I can't win. This is full hell queue, dude. This is the absolute hell experience. The nightmare of its time. Yeah, they just Mana Drain this. I think I'm done. I'm not doing it. I'm not playing this game. Rough one out here, guys. Rough one out here. Some would say deserved. We fight. It's the battle. Can I at least go first? Can I at least go first? Okay, I do go first. This should give them a hard time. I don't like the reservoir, but the giver, the hope, should be pretty good. It doesn't have an easy solution for the Tameo, but I'll probably have a really hard time with our cards. Gotta draw land too. They do not. Okay. They don't play Tameo, so they have a counter spell. It's fine. Now they cannot counter Ozzy. Some dumb bird. No big deal. I hold back on Hope of Girapur because of Ledger Shredder. Nope. I do not. Which counterspell do you discard? Hullbreaker Horror. Too bad I can't steal those abilities. They're triggered though. Tameo's here. Birdo, you nervous? Okay. Well, I get to start tutoring. New mana open. I could go get Defense Grid. But it's tempting to remove some of this stuff. Like Glass Casket. You want to send off the Tameo? Oh, they didn't have anything there. Try to curse the Tameo? Inquisitive Student, that's the one. Another Ledger Shredder trigger for them to enjoy, but I don't think we hold back. Treasure Cruise in the bin. Yeah. Yeah. All right, good setup, good setup. One, two, three. Trying to think. It could delve, but I guess they would tap out doing that. Like, they could still have dig through time. Kind of surprised they didn't go for like a treasure cruise right here. What are you gonna do? Pass? Not gonna try to attack me either. Okay. Well, neither of my creatures are really born to attack, but giving out the abilities in the future could be nice. Protected by Giver, I think, is a good source for the counter. And Harn Silex, paying life that's fetch lands to them. It's interesting. And now they have mana open, so the Agatha Soul Cauldron could turn into a few things, but really it's Casket, right? Casket's what we want to turn into something. What you got? Hover ship, vial, relic, staff, power stone. They're not attacking me. And we can proliferate. Staff it is. Silex? You want to counter that? Surely the counters are burning a hole in your pocket. Good combo, I know. But I can make mana. That's what you're holding on for? Interesting. Don't worry, we can sack the Silex next turn. And then turn the staff back on. We could have drawn a card first. I guess that's something we could have tried. House Meld. It's not going to do it for you. A rock. Okay. Witness protection. Subtlety in yard. There are 5 in yard. Now we attack. Yeah, they see life as the resource it is. Trying to figure out if I can... I think I put a counter here. We could blow this up and then give other things the ability, but that also might not happen. All right, 4 mana card. Obelisk? We do have the relic. Relic's pretty good. No response. Oh? They stifle the trigger. Sure. Okay. Do I draw? I think so. Get my land drop, feels good. Are you doing anything in this condition? Nope. We do have Reservoir. Our opponent finds Mox Amber. Oh yay, Time Warp, everybody's favorite card. I'd love to see it. Okay then. Ain't that how it goes? I'm at 7. Let's start clearing those out, shall we? Oops. There's still another one? Okay. My bad. Do they have a way to cast it? If not, I'm okay. 4 mana card. So we got this thing to worry about. We can turn this into Paradox Engine. Is that game? The staff is going to be a problem. We need to turn the staff into something else. It's close. Does it work? Uh-oh. Stick. And they have a counter spell? Okay. All right. Well, now what? You can block here. An extra turn is all they have left. So we can turn the Soul Cauldron into what? Hover ship? Hover ship clears the ledger shredder. No, it doesn't. It has too much toughness. Portable hole? We need a 0 mana artifact. We don't have it. How about a 4 mana artifact? What stops this? What stops this? We already used the casket. How about a flyer? Can I think of a flying creature? No pressure. Oh. I don't think I got it. The One Ring does not protect me. So it has to be this into Doomblade, which I only have 1 mana for. Claim. Does that do anything for me? Too bad I have to give it back. And then we needed an activate ability that sacrifices itself. Oh, that's right. Wait, no! Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. And then, oh, okay, I'm the best. I'm the best. Found it. I knew it. Never didn't have it. I will resolve. I will take that card right now. Thank you. Ooh, Mox Amber. Do I win?
Oh no! I'm late for class!
Do I win? You want some? All right, they're passing. Do they have another counter spell? Ooh, Shamil. I can turn Key into Paradox. I have Mox Amber. All right. Soul Cauldron shenanigans. Striking at the right time. Ooh, this is tempting as well, but no. Let's go for it. All right, we gotta get this trigger on the stack. Magic is hard, guys. Oh, we untap. Okay. Okay. Now, how do I get cards? I need another untap after this. I do have it. Gobble, gobble. All right. We got all this mana. We need to use this now. Need a rock. Violet Gladriel can get us an extra card as well, which is Poggers. Inner Sun. Spells can't be countered. This hurts. I love my Relic of Legend so much. One of my favorite little combo-y cards, especially with Engine. I mean, we'll use the ring. We gotta draw into a spell we can cast, which seems likely. We don't have enough mana to go for the statue line. So we gotta be the ring. And we're gonna draw 2 because of the file. Okay, they have a mastermind. Sure. That's what they were holding. No! Okay, we still have a Chimil opportunity. It's gonna untap everything. What do we get with the cave? Is there anything to get with the cave here that helps us? I guess the vault? But it comes in tapped, right? So this doesn't do? Too bad we couldn't get the cauldron back to have the hope ability. All right, we don't have protection from everything. We are basically dead. So this trigger is huge. And we get Gilded Lotus, which untaps. Man, this 2/1 flyer is gonna kill us. But if we use the ring, that kills us. I don't see a way. I don't see anything. The Blinkmoth Nexus would be tapped. So it's gotta be this. Oh my God, the Nexus, no! One more look. Was there anything I could have done here? I don't think so. It comes in tapped, so what could you do? None of it's gonna do anything. See? Oh, I had it that time, man. I flooded at the wrong time. There's probably something I could have done better. That was a heck of a game, though. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching my Paradox shenanigans with Ozzy. Not the best Paradox commander, but it does have its moments, and apparently the queue is going to be brutal. So expect that, but enjoy. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks to the sponsors of the video, Dragon Shield, CoolStuffInc.com. Deck list in description if you want to play it. And as always, you're cool.